Hello and welcome back to the Checkpoint Reach podcast. I'm your host Luke Elner, as ever I'm joined by my fellow gamers and friends Sudden Perks. How you doing, guys?
Alright, yeah, good.
Another good week. That was a surprise.
Mate, there's nothing wrong with having a good
week.
week.
Another one.
It's a slight change of environment.
Yeah. Oh yeah, nice backdrop.
Massive change of environment.
I got a new dog. Bad simple, and he's
big and loud.
Yeah, he's big and loud, so yeah. Someone else has to look after him, and we've had to move. So there we are. The focus of this episode is going to be on the Game of the Year. Well, not Game of the Year, the Game Awards, of 2019. And the first topic is going to be the Game of the Year. The nominees this year are Control, Death Stranding, Super Smash Bros, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro. Did I mention that?
Sekiro.
It's not like Godzilla.
That's what it is. Like, it's not Godzilla, but it's set that way.
And The Outer Worlds. So, looks like another strong year.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite as strong as last year.
Well, yeah.
Personally. I mean,
It was never
last year was
happen,
ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to when I look through that list, I haven't played Control. I don't think any of us have played Control, have we? So
No.
And that's been nominated a lot, actually, hasn't it? In a lot of awards.
Oh, it has
we
been.
haven't played it.
Yeah. That game launched without me even knowing it was a game. Like, I remember you said to me one day, you were like, "Well, what did you think of Control?" And I was like,
Control.
I haven't played it.
Control,
So, Control,
like the game
out.
type in a game, or no? It was like an actual
Well, to be
game.
fair though, that game sold horribly, didn't it? Bombed.
Yeah.
So it's not a surprise no one knew it. But it was
Well, I'm not. I'll admit I don't even know what it is.
People
I
say it's like a
haven't
better
heard of
Quantum Break.
It's similar to Quantum Break.
Right.
It's from people.
Yes.
It's Remedy.
Yeah. We spoke about it actually before it was coming out.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
probably a good
I
game.
remember.
It's probably the sort of game I'd enjoy playing. Short, sort of 8 to 10 hour game. So I probably should get around to that around Christmas or something like that, possibly.
Yeah. Mate, you've got a lot to
It
play.
might, I can imagine actually that sort of game. Hopefully, it'll go on like Game Pass. I'll
Maybe.
try it on.
You would think.
So
That would definitely get more players to it.
it's a bit soon, probably. Yeah, but maybe in a few months. But
Yeah. Well, this will get more eyes on it, actually.
I know a lot of people that I've seen and like people have said it's really good. So
Yeah.
but I can't really talk about it much. I mean, the next game obviously
It's
I've
obviously
played a
up
lot.
Death Stranding. Another game you haven't played.
Yeah. I know you said you might.
We're waiting. We're waiting.
I've played this game a lot now. I've probably played for like nearly 40 hours now.
Yeah.
Are you done
Yeah,
yet?
so- No, not yet.
Do you feel
I'm
like
getting
you're
towards.
close?
I'm starting. You can tell it's not wrapping up. I'm getting towards the last maybe like 10 hours or so.
Yeah.
Long game. So,
Enjoy it?
I really like it. I know it's going to have a lot of criticism because of the whole Kojima and Keighley, isn't it? A lot of people saying, "Oh, I wouldn't have got that many." But to be fair, in his defence, he doesn't actually vote on it. It's not to do with him.
In his defence as well, any Hideo Kojima game seems to get nominated, so,
So-
it's not that much
This
of a
is something
surprise.
new, isn't
yeah.
it?
I mean, for me, I definitely deserves to be in the Game of the Year category anyway. I mean, I think it is one of the best games of the year. in my
So do you
opinion.
still love it as much as you did when
Yeah, I
you
really
initially
like
played it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like it more now in the game than probably at the start. I just think it's a game that gets better as you go along, especially story-wise.
I'd assume. I'd assume
It's quite slow, you know.
In
In terms of story, it's like things happen at stop, and then it's kind of slow for a while,
Mm.
and then it like really picks up. So
It's funny because we did like your first impressions last week. We were asking loads of questions, and I thought I'll go away and I'll watch some like fleshed out reviews because to be honest, I don't really care that much about spoilers now.
Yeah.
And it was just like a complete contradiction of everything you said. Like it was just loads of hate for everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was
Well,
like
yeah,
you know
but
when
you-
you're talking
you-
about
I
like
should see reviews though that
I
were
don't
quite
know. I mean,
split.
a lot of
Yeah.
reviews will give it. I mean, if you look at the critic scores, a lot of hundreds.
yeah, there are like
Yeah.
basically like I think
Probably
Marmite
YouTube.
is the apt comparison.
You got to remember as well. That's the sort of thing that I think settles on YouTube. People bashing like a popular game.
Yeah.
itself.
Well, I saw a lot of people say like it's innovative, it's good, it's new, it's different,
It is.
and then there was always like, but it's
There's
not
always
fun
buts.
to play. Like the combat's garbage.
Yeah.
You don't need to even like worry about the enemies. You can just like walk past them and they don't do anything.
I'm surprised the combat's garbage
No, that's not true.
because
no,
the Metal Gear combat's
Like-
decent.
That's not true.
A lot of the reviews, like, and I didn't just like focus on one. I did like 3 to gauge like what the consensus was, and they all had the same thing where it was like even on the hardest difficulty, you can just walk around.
You can't
the
run
enemies.
past the BT.
It said like if you trigger them and then you walk,
There's no
they
way
can't
you're
catch
being-
you. Like you
No,
just
there's-
walk.
No, not from my
He's
experience.
not-
Every
he's
review
not
said
having
it.
I know, but it's not from my experience.
So they were just like,
So I don't know
it's
what
a
they're doing. I mean, they
non-contest.
might be like walking all the way like round to try and avoid.
Mm.
That kind of takes away from the point, doesn't it?
Yeah, so they said like it was weird because that you get this like you were talking about like the music and setting the scene, and you think, oh crap, like something's going down, And they were like, well, after one or two times of just walking in and walking straight past them.
I don't know how far they've got into the game,
didn't-
but like,
didn't
you
mean
can't.
anything.
Later on, there's parts where you can't just
Yeah.
walk through. There's parts if I go back now to the early game, I find like, it's easy.
but that's with
easy
any
compared
game.
to, yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, but later on, there's parts where it's not that. I'm not saying it's like the hardest game in the world, but it's not.
Yeah,
It's
like
definitely
that
not a
was
case
it.
of,
Like,
like,
to be fair,
the
though,
Oh, you can just
difficulty
walk
got
past
that.
enemies and they just ignore you.
I agree with you though. People do heighten up things
Yeah.
with big games because they know they'll get clicked
Yeah, of
usually.
course they do.
So maybe they
That
are
might
just
happen, yeah.
exaggerating for
Yeah.
the fact, like you said, if you went back to a certain spot, you could get past them. Because most games, if you go back to areas, usually
They
you're
were
overpowered,
specific
so-
though, like these reviews, they said like the whole game is the same.
It is.
Obviously, like it's not me like saying that. I don't have a clue. I haven't
I
played
mean,
it.
you haven't played
Yeah.
it, so we can't.
I will say though, like the more I see about it, the more I think I'd absolutely hate it.
Maybe.
Mm.
It doesn't look like I would enjoy it whatsoever.
I think it's really fun. but
I'm
that's
still
just
gonna. I'm
me.
still gonna try it.
So,
I don't know. Like
You're not going to, I don't think.
By the time I get a PlayStation,
Yeah.
I'm probably going to have just watched it anyway. Like I said, but the more I see, is just like it puts me off even watching the like narrative thing. To be honest, we'll see.
you could always just
Yeah.
watch it on YouTube, and there's a
That's what.
9 hour
That is what I plan on
movie of
doing.
it. So.
Not
The story is
all in
definitely
one
good.
sitting.
I think you'd enjoy the story.
Mm.
So if you want to watch it just for that, then I'd recommend that rather than playing it. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like it, so I it's high up there for me. I think. But
Yeah. Well, let's
maybe that's the next one.
talk about a couple more then. Super Smash Bros. Obviously.
I mean, not a Nintendo, are we? Really?
no, we're not.
We're not.
We're not in
Nintendo,
that. Sp-
come on.
I couldn't even say because part of me was thinking, oh, maybe I'll say it shouldn't be on there, but no, because I haven't played it, and it's not.
They're usually
sort of
pretty
game.
good though.
Yeah,
When you do get
I think
a chance
I
to
might
play
have
it,
played
so-
one back in the day on like the GameCube or something, but
They're just
years
relentless.
ago.
The games like that, though, aren't they?
I was
Like
gonna-
every time one comes out, it's just like bang, 9 out of 10,
Nintendo.
like
I was
95.
going to say very consistent. So
Yeah.
basically, yeah,
It's
relentless.
Always.
And
the
this was
same.
one of the games that like seeped over. It actually came out last year,
Mm.
but it missed that deadline,
Mm.
so it seeped over. So
Well, they usually make good games, so
Yeah.
I'm going to assume it's
It's
an
fair,
I'll be
enjoyable
honest,
game.
it wouldn't
Yeah.
shock me if it won.
No.
I'm not saying it definitely will. It wouldn't shock me if that Super Smash Bros. Won. But
Yeah. Anyway, next game, obviously one that you two loved, Resident Evil 2.
yeah, my pick to be honest.
You'll pick over Death Stranding.
Yeah, I love Death Stranding. It's really good, but for me, Resident Evil 2, it just an amazing experience playing it through. I don't know if you. It was just great. It was just. It's the game that I think back now is the game I remember most. If I think like memorable games, it's the one I remember playing through. the most.
Yeah.
Even though it was early on in the year, I still remember it being like
Nostalgia though, playing a part, or
No, because to be honest, you mean from the original game?
yeah,
No, because I didn't really. I mean, I played Resident Evil 2 back in the day, but I wasn't like a massive fan like Perks.
yeah.
But
I
it
just
was
played it.
different anyway. Like if
Yeah,
you played
it's-
Resident Evil 2
yeah.
back in the day and then played the remake, it's like it's
Oh,
the
yeah.
same, but it is a completely different game. Way different experience.
I think what I like about it as well is we don't get games like that very often now. Short, sort of linear. I know you can go back to places, but it's a linear game. You don't really get experiences like that anymore. That's why I think I love it so much.
Yeah.
And
And it's done very well.
Has
by all
done very well.
accounts. No, I mean the game's made very well.
Yeah,
by all
yeah, yeah.
accounts,
Yeah, yeah.
So obviously,
And it did well
yeah,
as well.
the
Sold
mix.
well and stuff.
It did. I'm not actually surprised though. I think a lot of people.
Yeah.
are gonna
I
try
think
that.
in terms of what they did with it, like they couldn't have actually done any more.
No,
I
agree.
don't think they could
I
have
think-
done better. I'm not saying it's like 100 out of 100 or whatever, because I don't think you can.
any game is really
No, but with what they had to work with and what fans wanted and expected, pretty much ticked every box.
So you were very satisfied with it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
like I didn't expect any more than I got. I wasn't disappointed. It was just like I expect high level Capcom do well with their remakes more often than not. It's just another one, and I expect the same when they do Nemesis as well.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll be soon.
Next one is Sekiro.
Yeah, I was the only one to play this. I think it'll get a lot of people voting for it because people want it. I think people like to see these sort of games getting like voted, don't they? The sort of more. I'm not going to call it a niche game because it's sold really well, but it's a more niche game than some games on that list. You know, it's a genre that some people are going to be turned off by straight away, like Dark Souls-y type, Bloodborne genre. I personally didn't really like it when I played it, and I'm not going to be afraid to admit I found it ridiculously too hard. I thought it was too much for me.
Were we done that like a few times,
Too
like when it
hard.
came out, and
I think I was playing it, I was like, this is ridiculous. Like,
stress was real.
I've played a lot of Dark Souls games and I've played Bloodborne, and they're tough games, but you always feel like eventually you will get through. I didn't think I'd ever get. There was this particular boss, and it was like some guy, and he was like on a a horse, but it was like a chariot sort of thing. It was like I just couldn't.
First boss.
Well, no, it wasn't the first boss. It was one of the first. It was probably the second or third boss. And I was just like, I can't beat this. I can't see any way I can beat this boss. And I gave up after that, and that's probably on me. I'm just not great at these sort of games, but I found it a bit too much.
So I don't think
it's a very well made game, but for me, it's not.
Yeah, just not good enough to play it.
No, pretty much.
Couldn't live with it.
Yeah, well, to be honest, there are some games like that. I think
it is one of those games.
Yeah,
to be fair.
If you're not ready for the slog, or you think like that's a bit too much, I'd be the same. I'd probably just turn off in the end.
It becomes not fun, doesn't it, after a while?
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then last on the list is the Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
You've played it the most. I played it very little.
I've not played it yet.
I've installed it.
You're getting round to it.
I've installed it. It's ready to go.
I played for about 15 hours. So I really like the game.
You just got unlucky. Well, the game kind of got unlucky as well. It just came out, didn't it?
So
just before Death Stranding, and you had Borderlands at the time that you were trying to complete.
I mean,
Still
Jedi's come out. I literally can't fit them all in, to be honest. It's going to be... When we do our Game of the Year at the end of the day...
What's the joke? Broke November for gamers.
Yeah.
But when we do our Game of the Year at the end of the year, I'm hoping to get these all in, because it's going to be a struggle. But yeah, the Outer Worlds, I really like it. It's basically Fallout New Vegas in space, which I think is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right in saying that your favourite Fallout was New Vegas, or was it 3?
It's so close. I don't know. You asked me 2 different days. I'd probably have a different answer. I think I would say 3, but only just.
As an RPG, New Vegas is the best one. I think, with choices and dialogue, I think New Vegas has better dialogue. But I think Fallout 3 is more fun for me because it was the first of that type of game. I was like, wow, I've never played anything really like this.
I must admit, I only remember going back, because I hadn't played the Fallouts at the time. I can't really remember why I'd missed it, but I remember asking you guys, and you get Fallout 3, but I couldn't find it weirdly in game, if you remember back. So I got New Vegas, and I remember you guys saying, it's just as good, if not better, depending on you could go either way.
It got a lot of criticism because it had a lot of glitches, didn't it, and things like that, which Obsidian were known for at the time. I mean, what I like about the Outworlds is it's pretty much I've not personally had any glitches in the game, which is great.
Yeah. For
a game like that, 'cause you always expect something to go wrong, don't you? Like, the game will freeze up or something. I haven't had anything.
Fallout's had a lot of it. Like that engine.
Or you'll shoot an enemy and the monster will float in the air or something. And it's but I've not had anything like that. So I really like the game. It's got a lot of good dialogue choices. Definitely a game I'd recommend to people.
Very vibrant as well. Colourful, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a nice game.
That's nice.
Makes a change.
It does make a change. So I guess I'm going to ask then. Overall choice. I mean, this is hard. I can't really pick one.
Yeah. I think
I've only played Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
So... I'm guessing it's Resident Evil 2.
I think it's Resident Evil 2. Part of me wants to say Death Stranding, but... No, I think
you said you enjoyed Resident Evil more.
Yeah,
I did enjoy it a bit more. Look, Death Stranding's a great game. It really is. It is one of the best games of the year.
Yeah,
and I'm sure it'll win lots of awards.
But
I don't think
it's got a good chance.
I want to see Resident Evil 2 win it because I know people might say, "Oh, it's a remake." Yeah, but it's a new game.
It's a remake. It's not a remaster like the game is made.
And I want to see these sort of games get recognition. These linear sort of short experiences because we all enjoy them, don't we?
Yeah. At the end of the day, if games like the linear games, if they sell well and then they get good reviews, then obviously the studios and developers, publishers are going to be like, make more games like that.
Yeah.
So I want to see them do well.
It's my hope for Jedi Fallen Order that game actually.
That's really good.
I'm a bit more mixed up. But I guess we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that another day.
Anyway, but in general, I want that game to do well. And I want it to be critically received because then EA might think, oh, actually, we can make single-player games. Yeah. Maybe they can make another Titanfall and things like that rather than, we don't just want to see Battlefront do it over and over. No. I don't mind Battlefront. If another one comes out, I'll play it, but I want to be seeing more games like Jedi.
Give me more stories.
What do you think will win it, though? Resident Evil 2 would probably be our pick, but I wouldn't feel comfortable saying, I think Resident Evil 2 is going to win it.
Well, who votes again?
I think it's part fan, isn't it? And part critic, so they combine the two.
Okay. I was going to say Death Stranding, but if it's part fan...
But
I think Death Stranding's going to win.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of controversy. If Geoff Keighley gives Kojima the award and does hug and stuff like that.
Thanks for putting me in the game, bro. I just
think-
can't see, like, I cannot see
Kojima.
Resident Evil or, like,
No, I don't
Control, like, outdoing Death Stranding. Like, just
No.
because of it, it's topical, it's
I
everyone's
actually
it's
think, it's
polarising.
probably out of Death Stranding and Super Smash Brothers.
Probably.
I'm gonna say Super Smash Brothers. I think will win
Well, going out on a limb.
because I think the fans. That's what a lot of. I looked at
Yeah.
the fan poll before, and that's winning
Hmm.
in the fan poll. Critics did really like the game when they played it. Death Stranding has a chance because of critics love Death Stranding.
Yeah.
A lot of them, the hundreds. But I think it's probably going to be Super Smash Brothers. But wouldn't shock me if Death Stranding.
Yeah, I'm going
I'm
to stick
gonna
with
say-
Death
I want
Yeah,
Resident Evil
same.
2 to win.
Yeah, same.
But
I just don't think it hits hard enough in the,
No,
like,
it's-
wider consensus.
No, I
It's
agree.
just like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's a good
unfortunate.
game, but...
Well, I agree. I think Death Stranding will win,
Mm.
and I don't have a personal pick. I don't really care what wins.
It is one of those years. Like,
Yeah,
it's
for
not
me-
like last year.
Yeah, last year I did.
Yeah.
I was more invested because I played all
Yeah.
of them,
Hmm.
and I loved them all.
I think we were both a little bit disappointed God of War won, didn't we? Really?
Yeah,
I
no.
wanted Red Dead to win.
Yeah, I wanted Spider-Man. But there we are. We'll move on to the next category, and that's the best narrative. So in this, we have A Plague Tale, Control again, Death Stranding, Disco Elysium, and The Outer Worlds.
So yeah, I mean, I think I was going to play the Plague Tale.
Mhm.
You said it was decent.
It was a good game.
Yeah, you said I would like it,
It's good.
but that's
Yeah.
just
I think you would
another
like
on the
it.
long list of things I need to get to.
Well, I think it's another game that maybe wait for Game Pass because I think it's a really fun game, but I don't think it's a game you need to play. Does that make sense? But if you did play, you'd be like, oh, that was good. Like it's kind of like an 8 out of 10 sort of game. It's like a strong narrative. I can see why it's in best narrative because the story was the main selling point of the game. And
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. So yeah, just looking at we get Control. Obviously, we can't talk about Control. I feel like it's one of them games. Maybe have we just missed this game? Was it amazing and we just missed it?
Well, we literally said it before. Like, I didn't even know it was coming out. Like,
Yeah, the marketing behind it wasn't
It
very
was
strong.
weak.
really poor.
Yeah.
I will say though, like if it's a better Quantum Break, like I know
That's good.
Quantum Break
Probably
got
like-
like average as hell reviews, but like the
You
narrative
enjoyed it.
in Quantum Break
Was
was
good, yeah.
excellent.
Probably the
Like
best
the
part, yeah.
gameplay itself was like throwaway, like
Yeah.
whatever. We've seen this 1,000 times. The story was really good. So
Yeah.
if Control is like that and better,
I mean,
I'm not surprised. It's
I wonder
on
if
there.
Control will get more eyes on it now with these nominations that people actually stop playing it a bit more.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's also weird for a game that doesn't like do
It's a
very well in
conspiracy
sales.
there. Maybe they're trying to like promote the game more because it didn't sell very well.
Yeah, but
Get
that,
it in there.
Well, to be
it,
fair though,
so-
if it is good,
Yeah,
if it
deserves
deserves
it,
to be there because people who
Yeah.
have played it do
Yeah.
genuinely think it's brilliant, then
How often do you get that though? Like a game that bombs and then it's
Yeah.
like Game of the Year nominee.
Yeah.
Like that's weird.
It is
Yeah,
strange.
that's weird.
Like how is if it's that good? Why did
I mean,
people
this
not
is
buy
the
it?
there's
sort of
that
game.
chat though, isn't there? Do you know, like, I know this is a bit different, but in the wrestling world, do you remember Al Snow?
Yeah.
I'll Snow, yeah.
Yeah, he always says, "What's the best match?" And then someone will turn around and go like, "Seth Rollins v Daniel Bryan."
Yeah.
And then he'll go, "No," and they'll go, "What were the best wrestlers?" And he'll go, "No, it wasn't the best match. The best match was the one that drew the most money." So there's always
Yeah.
that debate of, to some people, that the game that sold the most should be the best,
Yeah.
which I don't personally agree
No,
with.
that's ridiculous.
And I think Control is obviously complete
Counterpoint
opposite.
to that.
Yeah, exactly. So, what do you fall with something like that? Do you think sales should be taken into account?
No, when it's
but
Game of the Year
it-
now.
Like 9 times out of 10,
I
it's a
don't think so.
reflection. Like there's obviously an exception
Yeah.
to the rule. But if a game's selling well, that means people like it. It means it's a
I
good
mean,
game more often than not.
If we're going off that, what's Game of the Year? It's Fortnite.
Every year,
It's like
forever,
because
never
that's the game that makes
changes.
the most money in the world.
True.
And then you're talking about things like FIFA, and no one would ever put that in any category. I mean, it is in a category later on, but what I'm saying is,
yeah, they did.
no one would
Yeah,
ever put FIFA in any winning category.
Yeah.
Little Jimmy's might.
Oh,
But
but
yeah, so
Death Stranding. Yeah, I mean, Death Stranding, obviously.
I think that's your vote, isn't it? Death Stranding, or are you going to play
Yeah,
Tale?
no, Death Stranding.
Death Stranding.
Yeah. Are the ones there? Yeah, I'd definitely say Death Stranding.
Again, like, I just don't think the others hit as hard. Like I can't
No,
imagine like someone being up on stage and being like, and the winner for the best narrative is A Plague Tale.
No.
It just
Mm.
it doesn't.
seem-
It feels like it'd be flat.
Oh, yeah. I mean, personally, for me, out of that list, I've not played them all, but I would pick Death Stranding because I'm really enjoying it. I think the narrative's really good.
Mhm.
But you expect that in a Kojima game, don't you? Be a pretty poor
Well, you
Kojima
expect
game
that
with
to
a
be
poor
the
narrative.
main part. Like,
Yeah,
for
and
me.
it is. So,
Yeah, I'm going Death Stranding again.
yeah.
I
I
think
mean, the
Death
next
Stranding.
game, Disco Elysium, that's a game that could be a bit of a surprise because I don't know if you see that game's been getting like 10s from like IGN. I think it got a 10 from GameSpot as well. and it's a PC game. It is actually comes to console apparently, and it's really highly regarded. So if it is a narrative, I think it is a narrative. If that could be like maybe a surprise, where you think, oh, I've never heard of this game, but then when you go and look at reviews, it's like, oh, that's why it got.
Yeah.
So that could be a surprise one.
I know it isn't, but just on the name alone, it sounds like Dance Dance Revolution.
It does,
or something.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
when I saw it, I saw the review, I was like, well, how's this game that got a 10
Yeah.
from IGN? And it's like, it is some narrative experience, but...
Must be hard to get a 10 from IGN, considering they do 9.1s and 9.2s.
Well, they gave Death Stranding 6.9, didn't they? They were quite controversial.
Did they?
Yeah. So.
Oh, there you go. It is divisive, isn't it? I mean, we talked about it.
Outer Worlds. See, I'm a bit surprised Outer Worlds on Best Narrative. I like the game, but I wouldn't say its narrative is, like, up there. You know?
Maybe we haven't played it long enough.
Maybe not. But, even with Fallout games, you'd never say narrative was the main draw, really.
You said like a lot of the like companion things that were good.
They
So
are,
maybe people are like
good.
linking the two together. I know the narrative is like the story, start to middle, and the branches not so much. But if people are enjoying tangents,
and
then I guess
the dialogue trees count as like narrative because they're really good.
Yeah, they do.
So I think Death Stranding will win.
So we're all going with Death Stranding, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah. That's 2 out of 2 then for Death Stranding for me. And
Yeah,
for
for
you.
me as well.
But you're maybe Super Smash?
I think it might win.
Yeah. Alright, okay, we'll go into the next category, and it's Best Audio Design. So on here we've got Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Control, Death Stranding, seems to be a common theme, Gears 5, Resident Evil 2, and Sekiro.
I think this is quite a tough one to pick, actually, because I think there's been quite a few games that have had good audio.
I tell you what, though, COD doesn't deserve it. Fucking annoys me, that game. I mean, they might have changed it now, but do you remember? It was like, instead of saying, oh, they're taking B or something, it's like, they're by the warehouse.
They're at the roundabout.
They're at the roundabout. It's like, what the fuck, man, where? And then, did you notice, so they had that issue, didn't they, with, there was some people had the issue that when you started, the guy would, like, scream, let's get him! Or something, but, like, really too loud.
I think they patched it out.
Yeah, they patched it.
Yeah, it's quite funny.
But I don't know.
With COD, though, I would say, I assume they're going off the campaign audio, not the multiplayer audio. Because if you just got off the multiplayer audio, it'd be nowhere near, would it? So they're going off in general.
Yeah, but that's what I was
It's the way the guns sound, it's the way the atmosphere, like audio.
Look,
I think that's
I agree, campaign audio is
really
pretty good. Yeah. But because of the multiplayer, and
would
I
put you
consider it
off.
as a package,
that's
to
true.
me, that shouldn't win.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I love COD Modern Warfare.
I don't think it's any like
good campaign.
From an audio perspective. I don't think it's better or worse than we've ever seen. It's just COD.
No,
everyone knows
it doesn't feel any different to maybe one of the other Black
They
Ops.
seem to have nailed the audio, haven't they?
They're always solid. It's a solid audio. You always go
campaigns.
solid.
Yeah,
never really any problems.
Yeah.
Again, Control. Don't know. I mean, I've heard that game does have good audio. When I looked at a review, it's like that's.
We've heard that game has good everything.
Yeah. So I can't really talk too much about that one much more. Death Stranding, yeah, it's got good audio. I mean, it does. I don't know what else to say about it. It's hard to even say what it just does. You know, you can just kind of tell when you play the game. Yeah, it's got good sound cues.
Gears 5. Well, I tell you what, it wouldn't win audio on. The Hive.
No.
And that bit before the Hive. Your TV can be like on 8 volume at night. You know, your girlfriend's in bed or whatever, and you're like, okay, yeah, I'll play a bit of Hive, lads. Fucking hell, it's like your TV's on 100.
Just the intro, though.
Yeah, just the intro.
What did I say that day? I had my TV on like 3 volume. And it was still too loud.
Yeah.
It's mad.
But other than that, again,
Gears 5 was probably solid for audio, I'd say.
Good.
It does do well in that department, doesn't it? With all the noise of the...
I think it's like
enemies
COD for me, though. Like, Gears is Gears. Like,
I think it's not
I don't think it excels ever.
They probably
It's
reuse
just-
a lot of assets. So,
course they do.
so it's going to
I
be
don't blame
good.
them either. They should.
They've got it to a point, a standard that is really good.
Yeah.
So they can just reuse a lot. So every year, they pretty much sound pretty good.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't expect either of them to win.
No, I don't.
I think the next game's going to win it, personally.
Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, I think that's audio in that game is essential. It's vital for the game. The atmosphere is all to do with the audio. Noise of the zombies.
What's the guy as well? Who's chasing you or just appears?
What's his name? Yeah, I think
the big guy.
Tyrant.
Yeah.
Mr. X.
His audio's great. I mean, they did a really good job with him, didn't they? With the audio, with the creaking. And
You constantly hear footsteps, like from the moment you trigger his like appearance, you just footsteps
That's
everywhere.
good though, like you said, creates atmosphere, doesn't it? Because I have seen videos of that, and like lads or girls even, whoever's playing it, and they're just like, oh my god, I can hear him.
Yeah,
I can hear him.
He's actually miles away.
Yeah. But
or then like he seems really loud and he's miles away, and then he's like, you hear it and you think, yeah, I can go
playing
through
mind games.
You go through the door and he's right there when you. Yeah.
Would you put that down to mind games and like creating the atmosphere, or a little bit? They kind of got it wrong with the sounding far away and close.
It's inconsistent a little bit. Generally, it works quite well, doesn't it? So but
it's not mainly when the game like glitches a bit, rather than it being like an audio thing. I think
I've seen some funny glitches with him, though.
Yeah. So
I didn't experience anything like that when I played.
I didn't get like double tyrants or anything that some people.
That
where that guy's like,
I haven't played the game, but that looked like it would be horrible.
Yeah, you just play out. I didn't deserve this. But
not even just him though, like the whole game. You know, even away from like the zombies
really
and the like enemies, it's just like the ambience of the game is like really good. So,
and then what's the last one? Sekiro. Again, but them sort of games always have good audio. Like Dark Souls type games rely on audio because of the way that it just. So Sekiro could have a chance with that one, but I'm going to go with Resident Evil 2 to win it.
I feel more comfortable going with Resident Evil on this one.
I mean, even Death Stranding could even win it, to be honest. It's quite an open category where any one of them...
I'm going to change it from Death Stranding, though. Yeah, even though I haven't played Resident Evil, I did watch quite a few videos on.
You've seen.
And I've heard a lot of people praise the audio design and how, like you said, atmosphere and the ambiance. So, yeah, I'll go with that.
With that category in general, that audio category, I feel like that's a really hard category anyway, because audio now is good in most games. It's not like there's many games now where you go, oh, that's awful. Audio nowadays is good in most games, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's quite hard. I mean, any one of them, if any one of them won, I wouldn't be like, oh, shocked or.
Yeah, I'm not going to be offended.
Gears 5 could win it, and I'd be like, oh, okay. But I'm going to go Resident Evil 2.
Yeah. So across the board, Resident Evil 2. Yeah. We'll go on to the next one, and it's best ongoing game. Here, the nominees here are Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 12, is that?
14, I think
14.
It is.
Jesus, my Roman numerals are terrible.
Yeah.
Jeez. Fortnite, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege.
I mean, I guess we can start with Apex because we all played it.
Yeah.
Although we don't really play it. It's not an ongoing game.
I don't like Apex.
Really?
I know I might be in the minority. I just do not like that game.
Oh, it's a bit of a surprise. I didn't expect it as well. Even after our epic win.
Even after our epic win, yeah. That was a good win.
That was such a good win.
And we streamed it on
because that was like, what, the 5th, 6th game we'd played? It wasn't long.
It was early on.
Like,
that was good. Yeah. But that was early on in the game, and the more I played it, the less I liked it.
It's just like Fortnite.
I prefer Fortnite.
Do you know what I just remember from that, by the way? Apex. Just go, yes! You did that. What? Do you remember we recorded the video of us winning it?
Yeah.
When we won, you went, yeah! It was really fun.
Oh yeah, you got to celebrate a victory.
It was great.
Especially when we're pretty crap at games like that. So
I personally really enjoyed Apex.
Yeah.
But I don't play it now. I mean, I don't play any of these games now, so it's hard for me to say best ongoing, really. But I would say from what I've seen, I don't think Apex deserves to win best ongoing because hasn't one of the criticisms been that it hasn't really changed much.
Yeah.
They've only recently introduced duos.
So they've been quite slow. I mean, the game's good, but I wouldn't put it in best ongoing, personally.
Well, the next one is you. Your game,
the Destiny Masters game.
I don't really know what more to like. I'm not what more, but I don't really know where to start with it.
Have they done better since splitting from? Who did they split from?
Activision.
Yeah.
It's too early to say. Like they've.
Well, some would say yes, and some no. From what I've seen, some people it seems split in the community. Some people think it's been a lot better, but some people think, I'm not sure if it has.
Like we
bit of a split.
Shadowkeep's the first content since the split.
Received well, has to be said.
Yeah, it received well, but like it's not a result of the split. Like,
no,
this was always happening.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I don't. If it was still Activision, we'd still be having the same thing.
Yeah.
The seasons might look different going forward. Like we might have 3 instead of the 4 that we have, or whatever. But the content itself would have been no different, as far as I'm concerned. Maybe the way that it's like financially structured these days would look different, but from like a game and like an ongoing game, I don't think there's any difference whatsoever. Next year, or if there is ever a Destiny 3, that's when you'll see like a tangible difference.
Yeah.
Or you should anyway.
That's when you can really make a
yeah,
judgment.
Not right now. Mainly like with Destiny, it's just like it launched, it wasn't very good, everyone thought it was dead, and then it came back slowly, and then it reached a point where like it was only second to COD in terms of like FPS interest and like returning players and stuff. So as much as I'm the Destiny guy, I struggle to say it's going to win best ongoing game. It's really strong. It's not like in danger of going away anytime soon, but I don't think they ever like knock anything out of the park to be like,
no. Yeah, but they
like
really
on top
deliver.
of everything else.
Yeah.
They have like 1 or 2 moments a year, but I don't think that's
enough.
quite enough. It's consistently good, but yeah.
That's good enough to keep you engaged, and a lot of people, to be fair.
But I'm realistic with it. Just because I love it,
Yeah, you've got to be like...
it doesn't mean that... Yeah, I'm not having it probably as the winner of that.
What's the next one? Final Fantasy 14. I've heard that game. People love it. People do love that game.
I've not played it.
And it's one of them games similar to... that you can mix Rainbow Six Siege and that game together, because they're both games that when it came out, people hated it. Or not, okay, they didn't hate
people
Siege.
didn't hate Siege.
But people were like, yeah, I'm not sure about this. Same with Final Fantasy 14, people were like, no, don't really like this. But they've worked on it for like 5-6 years now, and apparently it's at a stage where it's great, so... But I don't have much more to say about it.
I'll have to trust that.
So
I
can see why it's in the category.
Will
That's what I'm
probably be
saying.
the bottom of that list. I can't see it winning.
No, I can't.
I can't see it
don't know.
coming close.
Final Fantasy's pretty popular.
Yeah,
but look
But
at
yeah, I
position,
agree.
like-
I don't think it's going to win, but
I must
I don't
admit,
think so.
Fortnite.
I think Fortnite.
Fortnite's done a good job.
They've always updated.
I tend to praise their marketing, even if I don't play the games properly,
They're great.
and what
I
they
mean,
do.
What they've done is
for their community.
what they created with that game is amazing. Really.
Yeah.
People forget. I remember. You probably remember. You might all remember it when that game was first revealed at like.
It's like
I think it was a
2013,
Microsoft
wasn't it?
press conference at like 2013 or 2012,
Yeah.
and it was like the survival aspects of it.
Save
And
the
people were
world.
like, this isn't going to be that great, is it? It looks kind of boring. Because don't forget, this had come off the back of Gears, hadn't it?
Mm.
This was their first sort of project after that. And we were like, And then it kind of disappeared.
And then
Then reappeared again. As
they just tacked on the Battle Royale.
Well, yeah,
It's
they
like,
released the
last
survival
minute thing.
mode, and people were like, this game's okay, but it's not really going to last.
Yeah.
I remember it was you, wasn't it, that said, let's try this new Fortnite.
Because we were waiting for
Thinking,
PUBG.
it might be
Yeah.
alright.
So it's like, mate,
And
there's
it became
a
a
new one,
phenomenon.
actually.
I mean,
It's free. Might as well
Amazing,
try it.
really.
Do you remember though when it first came out? Like it was bad. It lagged. Like
It
the
did.
If I
graphical
remember
design
rightly-
was like a bit choppy in parts, and then like all of a sudden there was a small update.
Mate, and
The
it
game
went boom.
completely changed, looked amazing, sounded
you-
amazing,
Sleek.
completely
Didn't you
different.
play it before the Battle Royale even came out? Or did
No.
you play it after?
No,
Nah.
didn't it launch with the Battle Royale?
I
No.
thought it did.
I'm sure it did.
Well, I'll tell you what, either way, we definitely didn't, because I know you
I don't think
started
it
playing
did.
Save the World after it,
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
said that we should try it, and I was like, alright, I'll try it.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it didn't launch. I think it launched like a month after.
Did it? I
I don't
remember
know,
I
but-
only remember the Battle Royale.
I know
yeah,
when
'cause it's
when
like-
we downloaded it, we played Battle Royale first.
Yeah,
That's-
okay.
That's the thing. Like I played some Save the World after. I played it for a while, but man, that was like if you don't log in every day, you never make progress. And
Yeah, nah, too
I
much.
did it for a while, but
Quite a while,
it
didn't
got
you?
it got tiring.
Must have been,
Tell you
probably
what,
the
though.
gameplay was addictive rather than
And like, with,
Yeah.
it's good timing for Fortnite though, isn't it? Since they released Fortnite 2.
Yeah, I
Chapter
think that
2,
probably.
whatever.
Yeah, you know what makes me laugh though? It's still a beta.
Yeah.
When you load
Yeah,
up,
it's
it
mad.
says still a beta. It's
probably
like
always
the
will
most
be.
highest
They don't
selling
need to
game.
take out beta, do they? Why would they?
Or generates the most money.
Yeah.
They don't need to, though, do they?
No.
They don't need to take out
They
beta.
technically don't.
They don't ever need
It's a little bit of a cop-out.
Can you
though.
just do it?
Cop out, but who cares?
It's clearly a real game now.
Yeah.
And then what's the last one? Rainbow Six Siege. I mean, that game is always in this category, isn't it?
Mm.
Every year. And
Like you said though, came back, didn't it?
came
From
back,
a
and the
very
game
tough
is
start.
it's one of the biggest esport games.
Mm.
It's one of the biggest games. It's still one of the most played games in the world. So, and I actually really like. I mean, I liked the game when I played it. To be honest, I thought it was really fun.
You ever thought about going back?
I don't
The
think
skill
so.
gap's way too high.
Is it?
Yeah, the point of entry now is is frighteningly
Masters
good.
now you'd be destroyed on that game.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have a chance.
Destroyed.
But I appreciate that the game's come back and it's done a great job of coming back because everyone thought that game was dead. I think people thought, it's a game that when we played it, we
It was
we
a
got rid of
good
it, and then it was
game.
like, whatever, this game's
Yeah.
gonna die, and like they just exploded. So fair play to them. They didn't.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for you guys to get off.
I don't play it anymore,
No.
but Siege is like a big hitter, and
Mm.
I said to Sud before, like when we were talking about this category in particular, I think this is the strongest in terms of like
Could go either way.
anything could win in this category, and I don't feel that way about the rest.
I'm gonna say though, Fortnite.
I'm gonna agree for
Yeah, Fortnite.
You've said all that, and then we've just all gone
I know.
Fortnite. So to be honest,
Yeah,
But
like,
you wouldn't be surprised.
yeah, like the point is, if Apex wins, Apex is a really strong game. Like if Destiny or Final Fantasy or Siege win, they're all really strong competitors. It's not like anything on that list is like, yeah, that's throwaway.
I think I slightly disagree. I think there's actually categories where it's harder to pick. I think Fortnite probably will win this.
No, not that it's harder to pick, but the strongest, like, 5 or 6 games together.
Yeah, there's not really one that jumps out to me, and I think that should be on the list.
Yeah.
Or that's snuck on there.
Yeah.
You know.
Fair enough.
It's a really good list, that one.
Okay. Which is the next one? Did we say Community Sport?
Do we want to do
It's
Community
pretty much the
Sport?
same,
I
isn't it?
mean, it's the same games. I think we can...
Yeah, we can pass on that.
Action games, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, so we'll move on to our next category, Best Action Game. So nominees, Apex Legends, Astral Chain, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Devil May Cry 5, Gears 5, and Metro Exodus.
That's a pretty strong list.
That is a strong list.
So Apex again.
Well, it's not going to get my vote.
I think
I
it's a
just
weird
mentioned
one.
the last category. I
It's
didn't
a
like
bit
the
of a
gameplay.
strange
I didn't
one
like
to
the
me
game,
to put it
the
in there.
gameplay
I
for
don't
the
know.
reason.
What do you think? I don't really... I guess it technically is an action... If Call of Duty's in there, it technically is an action game, but...
Yeah, I mean, by that logic though, like, is Fortnite not an action game as well?
Well, yeah, exactly.
I know the design is different, like,
you could
aesthetically,
argue
but
that,
it
so.
is the same thing. So
I don't think it's got a chance of winning anyway in this category.
No,
Personally,
I
with some
don't.
of the games in there.
No, I don't.
I mean, that Astral Chain game. Yeah, again, Nintendo haven't played it, so
Yep.
can't really comment too much on it. I think it got good reviews, but again, can't comment on it. So
I'm the same.
don't know.
Can't comment on Astral.
It's Nintendo.
Yeah, we're not
Stay
Nintendo.
off.
Call of Duty Modern
See,
Warfare.
Call of Duty, if you're telling me
Best action
just,
game.
again, because we talked about the package before, but if you're telling me just a story, then I'd vote for it.
Yeah.
Because I love the story, and it was a great action story. But if you include multiplayer as well, multiplayer is a bit hit and miss, because people just fucking camp. So what kind of action game's that?
Yeah.
You're playing team deathmatch, and you run around the map, you're like, where is everyone? You get anywhere near where they spawn, you're dead.
You're dead. Then you do the same again.
Yeah.
So
not sure.
that
Sure.
does put a little bit of a...
I think in this category, it's more weighted towards the single player.
I agree.
Okay.
Although I'm with you, like I can't look at the single player and ignore the multiplayer. But
No,
I think
it's not.
this is based on
Okay.
the single player.
If we're going just single player, it gets my vote.
Right. We'll go next. Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah.
That'd be where my vote would go for best action game this year, personally.
I'm going to second that. I would go.
I think I was a bit more high on it than you were. I know you liked it. I think I was a bit more high on it because you said you probably slightly for 4, but
Yeah, I'm in the
Yeah,
minority
I think-
for sure with that one though. But I think I probably just got a bit too hyped for it. I was like, I'm really looking forward to Devil May Cry again.
yeah,
Was
So
it like obviously better than Last Jedi. But I remember that. I got too hyped for that,
Yeah.
and I was left a bit
But
disappointed.
no, Devil May Cry 5 is a really good game,
It is
and they
really
added a lot in
Yeah,
terms
they
of the
did.
customization and what.
and if you're talking about a pure action game, I think of games like that. It's
Same.
like action. Well, yeah, Devil May Cry is an
Yeah.
action game. So that's where my vote would personally go out of these. Gears 5.
Story was better than Gears
I liked
4, but
Again, but if you go off, I think multiplayer's terrible. Gears 5.
I like
genuinely think
multiplayer.
multiplayer's really bad.
I
don't
like
it all.
multiplayer.
No, I don't like it.
No,
I like
think
Gears
4
5.
Gears 4 for me was a far superior multiplayer.
yeah, I agree.
5,
I like 4.
can't
I played
get
a lot of
that.
hours in 4's multiplayer.
5. Maps are terrible on 5.
I didn't like Gears 4's multiplayer.
I think the maps are
Gears 5.
awful on Gears 5, by the way. Really, I think the worst out of any Gears game.
Well, I'm waiting for the
Really
updates.
hard.
But
Maybe in a year's time,
Still
yeah.
skeleton in the chair waiting for
Yeah.
the Gears 5 maps. Like.
Maybe in a year's time when they release all the good maps, but you can't go off that with just that, so I wouldn't have Gears 5. I think the campaign was really fun.
I don't think maps are like the sole problem
No,
with
no.
Gears 5. Like the
a lot of
subtle
problems.
changes from Gears 4 to 5. I mean, we could talk all day, but in a
All the
nutshell,
sneaky microtransaction things they're doing and stuff. isn't it?
yeah.
But yeah, the campaign was really fun. I enjoyed it.
Campaign was better than 4.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I agree. It made much better than 4. But
I didn't like 4.
as an overall package, I wouldn't put it higher than the 2.
I can't see Gears 5 winning that.
Nah.
And then Metro Exodus, which again was really fun. That was a really good game. Enjoyed it. Metro's solid for me. I know you're not really a massive fan of Metro, but
Yeah, your mini review is on the channel. If people want to check it out.
it is. Yeah. I really like that game. It was fun, really fun. But again,
Does it stand
it
a
wouldn't.
chance.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it goes above. If you were telling me which, I could pick Devil May Cry over it.
My vote would
So-
be Call of Duty, but
Right.
I think Devil May Cry will win.
That's a really hard one to see which is going to win. I think.
I can't see Apex Legends winning.
I can't.
it.
Right? Yeah. Well, I don't. Apex Legends, I don't think will win. Astral Chain, I don't know much
it's
about it,
hard
so
for
it's
us
a
to
wild
say.
card.
That could
it's
easily.
a
Yeah.
wild card. COD, I think COD could win it. I think it's got potential to win it.
See, my I don't think Gears 5 will.
No,
No,
I
I
think that's out of
would be
it. I don't
amazed.
think Metro will win it.
no, probably not.
So
I think it's out.
I
Devil May
think it's
Cry.
Devil May Cry that will win. even though it's not my choice.
Or COD or the Astral Chain game that we don't know about. I'm going to go Devil May Cry will win, and I want it to win.
I'm going to say that, but with the caveat that if Astral Chain's as good as it gets reviewed as, then that might win. But that's really,
And if COD did win it, I wouldn't be shocked. I'd be like, I wouldn't have picked that, but I wouldn't be shocked if it won. So
probably go, I hope it doesn't win. I'd rather Devil May Cry win it.
And we will see.
We will see.
Anyway, we'll move on to Best Action/Adventure Game. The nominees again. Borderlands 3, Control, Death Stranding, Jesus Christ, them two next to each other as well all the time. Resident Evil 2, again. The Legends of Zelda, Link's Awakening, and Sekiro.
See, to me, that's one of the hardest categories to pick. That's really hard to pick a winner there.
It's really hard for me as well.
Let's get Borderlands 3 out of the way. I mean, I don't think that game's got a cat in hell's chance of winning against anyone. The game was...
Borderlands 3 is a good game. That's pretty much where it stops for me. I think it's a good game. Like, you wouldn't play it and be like mad. You wouldn't play it and think it's amazing. I don't think. It's alright.
For me, it was too long-winded. The game lasted too long. I got bored. I got bored.
The Borderlands bored?
I was bored of the lands, as we always
said it for years.
I actually preferred the remake of the first one.
But you played that before, didn't you? Do you reckon you got a bit burnt out?
Yeah, possibly. That is a good point.
That did happen to me.
Because I'd play, if I hadn't played Game of the Year edition, maybe I would have liked it more. But I think that formula for me is a little bit tired now. The Borderlands formula. I know people might say, "Oh, there wasn't one for ages," but I don't think there's anything innovative about Borderlands 3. I don't know if you agree. And that disappoints me. So
the way that you go like to and from the different planets is different, but it's not like we haven't seen it before.
I think the UI is an absolute mess on that game, by the way. I think it's one of the worst UIs I've played in the game. I think it's terrible. The way you fast travel it is so I know you get used to it after a while. It's
the map 3D as well.
The map being in 3D is awful. Just unnecessary.
Trying to look for things and like you go to the bottom, it's like, oh, it was above. Well, the map didn't bloody show me that properly. Yeah, it's really annoying. So,
I will just like on Borderlands though, like in terms of the adventure, like the settings and the scenarios, like that you find yourself in, they are good. Like away from the like monotony of that formula. The world is vibrant, it is good, like the places that you find are exciting, but the actual game feels a bit like more of the same. So
a lot of these games we've already talked about. Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro.
The wild card is Zelda because we played it.
I actually think Zelda's going to win it.
Really? On name alone, I'm going Zelda on this one.
Same.
I don't even class Resident Evil as like an action adventure game. It's a survival horror game. Like, it's different.
Well, The Legend of Zelda is a remake of Link's Awakening. It was on one of the old Nintendo consoles. I can't remember, but it's a
like
remake.
Dreamcast or something.
I mean, it's weird because you'd say, well, we should pick Resident Evil 2 because we've gone for Game of the Year, and how can it not win Best Action Adventure?
It's the category for me. Like, I'm not having it as an... I know you do adventure, but...
Out of them, I'd go for Death Stranding. Because it is an event. Like, it's more of an action adventure game than all of them there, in my opinion.
I'm going to go Zelda just because, like Nintendo aren't going to go without winning anything. So, and Zelda always hits quite hard.
I think Smash Bros. Might win Game of the Year, So yeah, I think... I would want Death Stranding to win this category, personally. I think it will win this category. There's no way Death Stranding is not winning awards. And for me, this is one of the awards
it's definitely going to win awards.
Again, Sekiro, though, could be maybe a wild card. Because that game got reviewed really well. It is an action-adventure game.
Yeah.
That could... I think it's tough. I think there's 3 or 4 games that could win. I think the 2 that definitely won't... I don't think Borderlands will win.
I don't think Borderlands will win.
Control. I actually think the other 5 could win.
Yeah, it could go either way. I
would go for Death Stranding.
I feel like Zelda's going to win it.
I'm going off like popularity, just because of it.
And everyone loved it. Yeah, like everyone loved it who played it.
Yeah, I'm set with that.
Don't forget, this is obviously the Zelda game from this year, not the Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much. I haven't really seen how well it got received. I assume Zelda's would probably did get received well.
I think we'd have heard a lot more about it if it didn't. Put it that way. And from what I've seen, people did love it.
I'm going to go for Death Stranding to win it, but I wouldn't be shocked if any of the 5 won it. So.
Okay. Let's move on to the next game. The best sports/racing game. Your favourite category.
Yeah. This category has bombed over the years. This used to be a like really good category. Now it's like...
I actually think this year it's alright.
Well,
We'll see.
We'll
I
see.
think it could go either way.
Here are the nominees. We got Crash Team Racing, Dirt Rally 2, or 2.0, whatever.
Don't need to say the eFootball.
This is
What a
stupid name.
by the way.
eFootball. So PES, Pro Evolution Soccer 2020, and F1 2019, FIFA 20. My vote, I think you agree with me, is F1 2019
I mean,
because it's a fantastic.
Well, I say
racing
by
game.
a mile. I really enjoyed Crash Team Racing.
No, I enjoyed
So-
it, but the boost was too much.
Yeah,
The boost was
It ruined my enjoyment only because I just lost too badly. If you came in a track and 6 people knew how to boost properly,
you were done.
I was done.
Yeah. But everyone was done. Like, the guy who won would win by like 30 seconds or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close.
fun game though. Really fun game.
It was
Yeah,
fun.
made
I
well,
think
fun
the
game.
nostalgia was a bit too
Yeah,
high.
I think that definitely-
I didn't enjoy it all that
As
much.
much as you
It
thought
was
you would.
alright. Played it for a couple of weeks.
I thought it was
Yeah.
good, but like I mentioned, it was just the boosting for me.
Mm.
I
I played Dirt Rally 2.0. Dirt
Right.
Rally's fun.
Not
It's a
played
really
it.
fun game. It's like the old Colin McRae games back in the day.
yeah, I used to play that all the time.
It's like that, basically. Really fun games. If you like that sort of game, you're going to like it. It's not going to win.
No,
Mm.
it's not
It's
going to win.
But, and then Pro, we haven't played Pro. You've played the demo,
No.
haven't you? I
Yeah.
haven't even played the demo, so I don't know.
I always wait for Pro to go down in price. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not the most
Yeah.
expensive to begin with anyway, but it does
I
drop.
think it's actually cheaper already now. I've seen it for like 25 quid.
Yeah.
It always drops quick. That's
Yeah.
the pro thing. Never buy it on
It's
release.
definitely a game I'll
just
pick
wait.
up around Christmas time. I always tend to pick up.
And usually we tend to agree these days, I think. I'm not sure with you, maybe last year's, no, but PES is usually better than
Oh,
FIFA.
it's much better.
Last year I thought so.
Right, last year. you thought
But
so.
obviously, like, I've
Better
only
FIFA
played
for a
the
long
PES
time,
demo
isn't it?
this year.
Mm.
I think 4 or 5 years it's been better than FIFA 4. I know some people
I
disagree.
I have
think so.
preferred it. It's just that they
Personally.
don't have the online.
They don't have
modes.
the, yeah, unfortunately, they don't have the same infrastructure as.
Well, it just
Yeah.
lagged so bad.
Yeah,
It
we
just-
tried, didn't we,
yeah.
actually? Was it last year's
Yeah,
one when we
unfortunately.
played the, like, is it called, it's not club, what's it called?
If-
When there's
It's
3 of us.
3v3, but and
Oh,
you
yeah.
have like your
If
clan
Pro
and the
Evolu-
lobby.
put it this
Yeah,
way,
that's
if
it.
Pro Evolution Soccer had the budget of FIFA,
Mm.
it would blow out the water. FIFA would be nothing. Literally nothing. The only reason FIFA remains popular is because it's got a budget, and because they can EA, they can put things in it, can't they? And
They can.
build the team. Pro can't really do that because it's on a budget, that game. So
Well, Pro does have Ultimate Team in my club.
yeah, it does, but it's
Mm.
it's not the same.
It's not
Ultimate
as
Team.
good though, is it?
I like my
I
club.
don't
Like, I
know,
like
like-
the idea around it, but what I mean is, Ultimate Team has all these events, has all the different.
Yeah, like my
Screen
club
cut-
does
has-
have
Yeah, it has
similar
events, but-
things. It's just not as like grand. But
No.
what I like about my club is like, and they've had this even before it was like a legal thing. Like they always gave you the percentages of like,
Yeah, they do. Actually.
Yeah, no, that
Chance
is a
and
good
class
thing. I
and
like
things
that.
like
I do like that.
and if you've got a player, like as long as you didn't like convert them into a trainer or something, like you weren't gonna like get like the more you bought, the better a chance you got.
Mm.
So your percentages kept going up to get the better players.
Oh, yeah.
So you end up with like a better experience.
Yeah, they
more
definitely
you
won
put
the
into
moral
Yeah.
Oh.
element of
The
it.
amount they still got a lot of crap. The amount of times I got the ball and it was like some horror play, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
But you
like,
got good-
you're never going to get a good player
Yeah.
all the time, but I only
you
played
get better
like
players than that.
a couple of months of
So,
pro last year. I put a good few hours in, but
Mm.
like I got a lot of high rated players in
Yeah.
my club,
Mm.
and like,
It's
you,
fun.
you can play Ultimate Team and never get someone above like 8.
I actually prefer their model of
That's how
doing
it
it
is.
as well. There's no like, there is microtransactions. You can buy the points.
Yeah, you can.
But there's no like silly trading things where people
Mm.
put things on for what they're not worth, because there is no trading, is
No.
there? Which I like. So.
FIFA 20.
I mean, it's just
Even with the hours I've put in and the hundreds of games I've played,
I don't
I
like.
can't possibly sit here and say it's a best in category.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no chance.
If you're going off for me, what is the best game? It's F1.
It's got to be.
Like I know people might say, "Oh, it's not." It is the best game.
If you
technically,
play it,
from
it's
that,
just
it's the best game.
it's fantastic.
It's like it's closer. It is closer to the real life sport than any of them,
I agree.
in my opinion.
Graphics are fantastic.
Graphics
Sound design,
amazing.
audio is fantastic. The gameplay's fantastic.
Do you know what?
It is
If
a
you're
really
if you're going
good
off
game.
audio design, that probably should be in there.
Yeah.
It's not popular enough to be in there,
No.
but I want that game to win. Do you know what probably is going to win?
Go on.
FIFA.
Do you think FIFA will
Yeah.
win?
Because this is an American audience, isn't it?
Well, it's not. I honestly, I don't think F1 will win as much as
I assume it's American critics, and American critics, I've found, still seem to think FIFA's this be all and end all. And also,
It
just pops because it's FIFA.
Yeah,
Oh.
like if it's getting the
You know,
popularity in terms of
think FIFA might win.
FIFA and like EA Sports FIFA's like Twitter and social media is like busy every day. So yeah,
I would love F1 to win it though. I think that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they deserve it.
They do, because they've made a great game.
The only problem is, though, like you mentioned, it's not the most popular.
It's not popular
game.
enough, I don't think. It's not popular enough sport, but
no.
I think it should win it.
I'm going to say
win.
I can't bring myself to say FIFA. I mean, even with my prediction of who's going, I'll predict Crash Team Racing.
Okay.
I don't even care. Like, this is one category.
I kind of care because
don't
I want.
care.
Do you not think though? You not kind of agree? Do you not think you can just see it now? I think FIFA won it last year or the year before when we were like, how?
Yeah.
But I think it's going to win. I wouldn't be surprised if it wins it.
Honestly, I think FIFA will win it, but that
doesn't say anything.
To be honest, I think FIFA probably will win, but I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to pick Crash
just
Team.
to be different, just to have that
because I want it.
Glimmer.
I'd rather Crash Team win it. Obviously, I'd rather F1, like I mentioned, but there we are.
It's the last category, I think it is.
Yeah, best multiplayer game.
Tough one again.
Another tough one. Nominees: Apex Legends, Borderlands 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Tetris 99, and Tom Clancy's The Division 2.
Strange one though for me. There's a lot of games in here I'm like, I don't understand. Like, so Borderlands 3's in there.
Mm-hmm.
Not really a multiplayer game. I mean,
yeah, this isn't really specific to like PvP or like co-op. It's like just if you can play multiplayer in any way, it's in this list.
What else is in there? That Tetris 99 was popular, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was popular. Again, though, didn't play it.
No. Division 2.
You loved the Division 2 when it first came out.
It was good. I really liked
it. Yeah, I did. I don't think it's the...
I don't think it's the best multiplayer
game. I played a lot solo anyway, and when I started playing multiplayer, the game actually got worse for me.
I think...
Doesn't win your vote.
No.
I mean, we've said about COD. Yeah. Not very popular this year. I think it's pretty obvious.
It's going to be Apex.
I think it's going to be Apex, and I think it probably should be Apex.
I disagree, but...
Only because I
don't personally like it, but I think it will be Apex. Well, out with them, yeah.
That's not good though. I think I know you weren't keen on Apex, but the impact it had, the popularity of it, I think it's really solid. The gameplay is really good.
It's the worst part for me.
I don't get this. Why is Fortnite not on this list?
Yeah, exactly. That is a good point.
If Apex is on,
I don't get
why
it.
Is Fortnite?
Did it win it last year though? I seem to remember Fortnite might have won best multiplayer last year.
Maybe.
And maybe they can't remember.
I'll tell you what though, Fortnite should be on it ahead of Borderlands 3.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
By the way, like that has nothing to do with it as well. If you're the best every year,
you're defending champ.
You deserve to win every year. Like you just get taken away. Like that's not good anymore.
I personally wouldn't have a problem with Apex winning. I don't know.
No, neither would I.
I can understand why he wins it, I just don't like the game.
Are you surprised Gears 5's not on there? I know we're like, about multiplayer, but I'm surprised Gears 5's not on there. Heavy multiplayer game, I am surprised it's not on, at least nominated.
I am, not because of the like PvP, but because it does have Hive and it does still have Horde.
Yeah,
like, they have a lot of multiplayer component. Yeah, it's a good...
I'm going to go
I'm
Apex.
Shocked it's not on there, yeah.
I don't know if you think Apex will win.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think it's a given, this category.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, part of me is thinking COD, but like consensually, everyone says the same thing about COD. Like it's too campy, it's not like COD. But then it wouldn't shock me if it won it.
Mm. Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, the camping on COD is rife and it's fucking terrible.
Yeah, it doesn't make a good multiplayer.
Yeah,
well,
it does ruin the multiplayer.
For me, Apex
aspect.
is better because you can't really camp on Apex. You can't camp really.
You can be very cautious. You can hide.
You can't camp. You can't sit in one place because of the nature of the game. Same with Fortnite. So, I think from a purely, like... If you're asking me what's the game I had the most fun with out of them, from multiplayer, it was Apex.
If you're asking me, the game that should win best multiplayer game is Fortnite.
But it's not.
So you can't.
So I am going to have to pick Apex because COD, like you mentioned, the camping.
It's too much. I'm going to go Apex.
Yeah, Apex. So
I'll tell you what though, it's going to be. I think it'll be fun to watch.
It will.
So we like the game awards, don't we? It's always fun.
We do.
To watch. There's always new game reveals,
which
would be interesting.
Yeah.
I think. I do wonder if there's going to be any massive reveals. They're never usually like huge, but you never know.
Let's see Dragon Age last year, didn't they?
Yeah. Are we going to get some next gen reveals? I mean, hopefully.
Be nice.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you? It's only a year out.
We're getting closer.
Yeah.
It's coming fast. I was going to say thick.
I assume there's going to be some trailers maybe for next gen games where people are like, is it coming out this gen? Is it coming out on next gen? That whole thing again that we always get every time a new console goes, which consoles are coming out for? But and I like the awards show, although I was disappointed last year because I thought God of War got too many awards. It didn't deserve
it was a good game.
It was a good game. It wasn't.
But it wasn't our favourite of the year, so
it wasn't a great game.
I guess we were going to be a little bit disappointed with it winning so many awards, but I mean, it could have been worse.
Yeah.
There could have been a worse game.
Oh, yeah,
than
yeah,
it was.
Like, I'm not going to sit here and say it's a disgrace that God of War won.
Yeah.
Like, but I do think Red Dead should win.
We'll sit here though. We'll be the same this year. Like all of our predictions will be wrong.
Yeah,
and we'll be like, "What?
Yeah.
How's that winning?"
But you have to remember,
every
do you know
year.
why I
True.
think a lot of predictions are wrong? Because we're out of the loop with Nintendo.
Yes.
And we always probably like Astral Chain. Oh, that'll probably win like best action. And we're like, what? And be like, yeah, but
We are out of the loop with it just on the basis of not playing it, but we do understand. It's not like we just write it off. We don't see a Nintendo game and go, nah, that's shit.
like I feel like I know it's different. Like some of us played it, but I always feel like with Xbox and PlayStation, like not every game, the vast majority of games, I can like kind of judge. Is this a good game? Was it good?
Yeah.
Was it bad? With Nintendo, I literally have no clue.
We're not Nintendo guys. Like,
we don't.
Someone could say to me, these Mario, yeah, they probably are great games, but I don't play them, so I could hate them. I don't know.
They wouldn't be my biggest.
So
Like, I wouldn't be the biggest fan of those type of games. So, but yeah, it's been many years.
Xbox and PlayStation
Nintendo
is
was
more
a
my
thing for me.
wheelhouse, to be honest. So.
Yeah, honestly. But we'll leave that episode there. Thanks for listening to the podcast as ever. You can follow the podcast on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CheckReachPod. You can also follow the guys on social media. Where can people find you, sir?
Follow me on Twitter, so that's David Tensford.
Perks?
At JG Perks.
And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at LEL3Ds at 9am for Instagram. If you're listening to us on YouTube, do like, subscribe and comment below as that'll help the channel to grow. And if you're listening to the audio version, please live.
Please live.
Please live.
Don't die before you've listened to it.
Yeah.
Give us a listen.
Yeah, give us a listen and give us a nice review, please, as that'll help as well for the podcast to grow on the audio platforms. So, again, thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with another podcast. Have a good week. Bye.
Bye
Bye, guys.
Bye.